Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of IPL Titbits of Gully Cricket. So, Shaz, today we have a super fan back. Uh,
Yes,
so
good to
let's
see him
welcome.
back again. Yeah,
Yeah. So let's
hi.
welcome Raja and Raja. How is the weather there at the bottom of the table?
Oh, I didn't see that coming, Vanis. It's kind of a new feeling.
Uh,
CSK have never been. Forget about being at the bottom. They've never been at the bottom of the table, right? So probably I'll have to ask an RCB fan to compare my notes with. Do you know any
no,
RCB fan, Manis, whom I can check with?
no, I actually, I think you didn't answer the question. I would say probably it's very hot, like the summer right now is. Being at the bottom of the table is what I would say.
Okay. So
Yeah,
shots fired. Let's quickly change the topic and move to yesterday's
yeah,
match.
yeah.
So, Shaz, SRH have done it again. After losing the first two games, they have won against the undefeated Gujarat.
Hmm.
Take us to the chase and talk about the wonderful knock that Williamson played.
Yeah, I mean, see, we were contemplating that they were going to change the batting order because the openers were not getting going, and then also they're not able to post substantial scores. But then credit has to be given to Kane, like even though he was quite slow during the first 10 or 12 overs, he made sure that he had the chase under control. Uh, Abhishek Sharma and him did not get off to a blazing start, but they made sure that they did not lose any wickets at the beginning. So that sort of helped them. And then Kane actually played a typical Williamson knock where he sort of accelerated when he felt the situation was right. And then it was left to Puran and Makram, who managed to get them over quite convincingly in the end.
So, moving on to the first half of the match, Raja, Gujarat lost two early wickets in the power play, and Hardik Pandya had to come quite early on. And this is something you never see that Hardik Pandya is batting in the power play. He actually even bowled in the power play, and while batting, he got to his 50 of 42, which is his slowest. So, do you think captaincy has made him a much more responsible person?
Uh, could be a factor. Obviously, with captaincy comes more responsibility. But apart from captaincy, I think it has to do with the team combination as well, Manas. If you look at the top three, Wade is over there, Shubman Gill, and they've tried initially Vijay, and then they've ended up with Sai Kishore. And after
Sudarshan.
that, yeah, most of the times, if you could see out of the four matches, in the three matches, the first two wickets went down by the end of sixth over itself. Technically, one time it was on the first ball of seventh over, but within 6 overs, you are two down, and you needed someone to stabilize that innings. Because if you look at the people who are down the order after Hardik, they are your, end over or stock over hitters, the likes of Miller or Tevatia or Abhinav Manohar, who is kind of new into the fold. So that is where the team combination kind of warrants the way that he is playing, and obviously the captaincy as well. Because I was looking at some of the stats of the recent captains, as in the first 10 captains in IPL, the likes of KL, Pant, Samson, in fact, Pandya and Agarwal this season. It's a telling stat. When you compare the first season captain strike rate to the previous two seasons, there is a drastic change as well. Like you're talking about from 150 to 120, which is the case with Hardik as well. So it's a combination of all these things. One, the team structure where he has to bat the remaining players and all, and also yes, the more responsibility comes with captaincy as well. So it could be a combination of all these factors.
Yeah, well put up. So we hope Hardik picks up as the tournament progresses. And like you mentioned, they have been losing those first two wickets quite quickly, the Gujarat Titans. So Shaz, 162 on Divya Patil is never enough. You need at least 180 to defend. And Gujarat got there with a lot of chances actually. So almost everyone has proved their worth except for one opener. And with Saha and Gurbaz warming the bench, do you think it's time to replace Wade with one of them?
Yeah, they might be, thinking about that, considering that they had the first loss of the season. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. As you said, Saha might be an option, considering that he'll be a like-for-like replacement since he can also keep. As well, Gurbaz provides an exciting option for them. at the top of the order as well, who can take over the bowlers in the initial phases of the game. And but the thing is, if you have to change weight, probably you'll have to make two changes. One, maybe if you're getting Gurbaz, and you also have to get Saha in. So whom will you replace Saha with also is something that needs to be seen, if at all they go that way.
Yeah, tough choice, but we're sure Hardik will make the right choice in the next game. So that was it about yesterday's game. It was a match between Rashid's team and Rashid's previous team. So let's move on to today. We have a big match coming up, the El Clásico of IPL. Tickets for which were sold out within hours. Luckily, I managed to get one. I'm going for that match, and I'm very excited for it. So I'm sure you two also are. So the first question to CSK super fan. So Raja, CSK have lost their first four. Now they cannot afford to lose another one, because that would mean that they'll have to almost win all their matches. So what do you expect? Do you think CSK will come all guns blazing tonight?
I mean, definitely yes. Even if they're winning 4 on a trot, they would be coming all guns blazing, and they didn't need an invitation for this match to come out with all the positive intent and all. But the problem is, to be frank, the odds are against them. They have been losing now, so they've kind of never lost 4 on a trot at the start of a tournament. I mean, it happened way back in 2010, but that was somewhere in the middle. They could have won quite a lot of matches, but towards the end, they lost 4 on a trot. But here, the chances and the odds are definitely against them. And given that they are going against RCB today, which is one of the form teams of the tournament at this point of time, it could be a difficult task. And to be frank, I've never seen this kind of a selection mishaps within CSK as well. I mean, last match, they've replaced Wine with someone else, but he was one of the consistent performers with the ball for CSK. So these are things that you never see it happening with CSK, but hopefully they can definitely still think that they can make it to the final four. But given that this time it was 10 teams with same number of matches and all, and the chances are very slim, but it could still be an opportunity to test out what combinations that you can play, because we are just done with our major auction, and there is no chance that you have another auction in next 3-4 years. You do not have that, so this would still remain your core players. So if not for this year, they still have to plan for the next 2-3 years as well, right, with the same set of players. So it is about providing that opportunity, and if there is one team that CSK would want to defeat that badly, that would definitely be RCB. So game on, and CSK will win, I hope.
Okay, that's a lot of confidence. And so Shaz, now we have had Chahal play well against RCB, Shreyas against DC, and Kuldeep against KKR. So in a season of excess, happy that Faf and Hazelwood are playing tonight against CSK?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they were like quite key contributors, you can say, for CSK, for especially when they won the IPL last year. Hazelwood was instrumental in the bowling department as well, and it's I think it's just a coincidence that he's back when they're playing against CSK as well. So will they consider him is the question, because would you want to disturb a winning combination? There's so many things that Faf might have to think about, but who will he play instead of? Maybe David Willey might be an option. Yeah, but the thing with Willey is he can also bat, but you have to decide whether you want to go with the bowling expertise, or you want an all-rounder. I think we have enough all-rounders in Shabazz. Harshal Patel is decent with the bat as well, and there's decent depth. So I would not be surprised if Hazelwood also plays his first game of the season.
Okay, so Faf will be playing against CSK, and I would like to plug in an interesting stat here. Faf has actually bowled, and he's bowled Pretorius out twice in 5 balls. So it's not often that you see that he bowls, but he has this interesting record against a CSK batsman or CSK player.
Yeah, this is in the South African domestic league.
I think in ODIs. I'm not sure. I think in the
domestic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, Shaz, continuing with the RCB batting, there's another player who's been in good form and also has the most runs against the CSK, more than any other player. He has 948 runs against CSK, and that's Virat Kohli. So is he going to be the key player tonight?
Well, he might be as well, considering that he got some runs under his belt in the previous game, and he would definitely want to make up for that decision that, you know, happened against him as well. You see, he's someone who's always determined to do well as well. And then, maybe against a certain opposition, if it gets the best out of him, then why not? It might well be his day today. We are all hoping for the same.
Yep. So we have spoken so much about RCB batting. Now, Raja, here's a question about the bowling. Siraj got into the Indian team after 2020 IPL, and in 2021 IPL he had an economy of 6.78. But now he's been on and off the Indian team after his past injuries. So his economy is also shot up to 11.12 this season. Do you think the constant chopping has like somewhat dented his confidence?
Could be a factor, man. At this point of time, we are looking at a small sample of matches. Like RCB has played 4 matches, and within that, in 3 matches, he has gone more than 10. Rather than the Indian on and off selection denting his confidence, it should have spurred him on. But I'm thinking it could be the personnel or the resources who are available to bowl those 20 overs. So earlier, I mean, RCB has always been a team that is depending upon their batting strength, and they are kind of changing it now. But last year and all, probably they were not targeting Siraj because they had easily another bowler, the likes of Dan Christian or someone else who could they can easily target and score runs off. If you, I mean, you as an opposition, you think about the bowlers whom you need to play carefully and then attack. There is 1 or 2, the 4th or the 5th bowler, right? So probably last year. He was one of their strike bowlers, but this year I guess the strength of RCB's bowling has improved leaps and bounds as well. Harshal has matured as a player. You have run into Hasiranga now, and Hazelwood is coming up. Or in case of Hazelwood, David Hooley has played the first 4 matches, who is your power play bowler. So probably that is where the opposition kind of maybe have signaled out Siraj as a weak link at this point of time, and they are targeting him. But with more matches, I'm sure he would definitely come to form for RCB because he has proven that at IPL level last year and also at an international level. Right? So he's one player who can definitely bounce back from this setbacks. But at this point of time, I don't think it has to do with the India calls are being on and off the team, but it has to do with opposition making a tactics like targeting which bowler that they wanted to go after. But hopefully, Siraj would definitely improve as and when the tournament progresses.
Yeah, just to add to what he said, as he mentioned, like in the last season, he was like the most dangerous bowler along with Harshal Patel as well. What I would also like to say is that he sort of missed his lens in the death overs. He's not executed his Yorkers well, so that is where he's gone for runs. And I think there is a lack of execution on his behalf. So that is why you have seen that economy rate as well. I think maybe he has to work hard in the nets to get, because it's mainly been in the death overs that he's gone for runs. So probably maybe the bowling coach or anyone must point that out and make sure that he irons out those flaws so that, he becomes the bowler that he was last season.
Yep. So talking about
20 overs bang on.
Sorry?
Then you would definitely have 5 quality bowlers, like 20 overs you can count on.
Yeah, the better. I mean, you have options. See, like you have Hasaranga, Shabazz, and Maxwell as spinners. Then you have like Akashdeep, you have Harshal, you have Siraj, then you have either Willie or Hazelwood. So you have 7 bowling options potentially. So the more the options, the always it is better in a T20 game.
And actually coming into his first cycle and performing admirably has been so good as well.
Yeah, he's done decently well. Yeah. I think again it has to be with the backing of Faf as well, because I think in one of the pre-match or like pre-season interviews, he had mentioned names of Akashdeep and even Anuj Rawat as well, whom they believe that they're players for the future as well for India.
So Akashdeep also has a very inspiring story which RCB has put up. We'll be putting the video here so you can like watch it from here itself. So there was a lot of talk about last season. Now, Shaz, I think this is something we should have forgotten by now, but last time when RCB played CSK in Mumbai, Ravindra Jadeja scored 37 runs in 1 over. And it actually turned the game in CSK's favor. Although Jaddu has not shown it yet in this season, all he needs is 1 over to change the game. So, Shaz, what should be RCB's plan to tackle him?
Well, probably, I mean, maybe not get Harshal to bowl to him, considering that he doesn't want to get reminded. No, I mean, just maybe not give him width outside the off stump, which is quite strong at, make a plan, like bowl at his stumps, or maybe, like near his body, which is uncomfortable for most of the batsmen. Something like that, or like with variations as well. Just keep it a little unpredictable. And I think it might work out, because Jadeja as a batsman has improved leaps and bounds, as everyone knows. And he's also developed that hitting ability. So you just have to be better with your execution and work out the plans that you have designed for him.
Yeah, all right. So, Raja, you said it before. So, 100% CSK will win tonight. Do you think so?
Yes, so that you cannot ask the question about how is the weather at the bottom of the table.
All right. So
CSK will definitely.
Shaz, I want you to fight with him.
Yeah. No, but it still doesn't guarantee you coming in the top half, right? Even if you do manage to win today, which is a meek possibility, considering the form that CSK are in and the probably confidence that RCB have currently.
Yes, we'll be out of the wooden spoon race. Our long-time champions or long-time competitors, Mumbai Indians, will take that.
Okay. Let's see. It's the battle of the bottom dwellers, who are actually the table toppers for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to add another stat here. So the last time Raja was on our show, CSK lost that day and RCB won that day. So Raja, you are the lucky charm for RCB. Hope they win again today. And with that, we'll
hoping for a role reverse.
Okay, so, that's a very important stat, Manas. I think this is your most important stat till now, irrespective of all the players that you have given. Because
then I can come for all RCB matches, Manas, so that RCB can win.
Yeah, invited every day. You can come any day.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with that, we'll conclude today's video. And guys, don't forget, we have a man of the match contest. And yesterday, the man of the match was Kane Williamson. And for the first time this season, we had 2 people commenting the right answer. So I have got the chits. I'll just roll the chits and choose one as a winner. So one chit flew away, so I'll just take the other one. Okay, the winner is, can you see, Shaz?
Some Shenoy?
Yeah, Manav V. Shenoy.
Yeah, congrats.
So, congrats, Manav. Yeah. We have the contest running today as well. So, Shaz, can you please explain the rules?
Yeah, so you need to predict the man of the match before the start of the first ball of the second innings. And you'll be able to win an Amazon voucher worth 200 rupees. So guys, please keep commenting and, stand a chance to win an Amazon voucher.
Yep.
That's
so
all
that's all you have to do.
I'll give a hint for today's best performance. It will not be some activity. So you eliminate 50% of possibility.
Oh, so today again we'll have a man of the match from the losing team. So guys, please comment. Please comment, share, and subscribe. We'll end the video here. Okay. Cheers.
Yes. Thank you.